Ladies and gents, welcome to some good old sudden death. And we've got Amazon Tunnel, a map that you might be familiar with for having one tunnel through the middle. But if you end up doing a free-for-all, there's actually multiple tunnels to the middle. So this is Amazon Tunnels, and it is a free-for-all. The goal here is to take out town centers. If you lose your town center, you are defeated. It's pretty simple stuff. And I'm going to introduce the players now. In the blue, we've got Matze playing as the Slavs. Could be very helpful. Faster farms, cheap castles, some good units here. In the purple, we've got Exists to Destroy. What a name. That's an awesome name for a sudden death one. Playing as the Turks. In the green, we have Krakenmeister. And Krakenmeister is playing as the Cumans, which kind of sucks because one of their bonuses is making a second TC in Feudal. You're stuck on one TC for this game. In the teal, we have Taco Diva playing as the Portuguese, who said, I did not think it would be this intense. OMG, I'm so nervous. Right before this game started, first community game. In the gray, we have Lotus Dreams playing as the Italians. In the red, we have Lorhe, probably our most experienced player, maybe highest rated player playing as the Huns. Wow, which is going to be really interesting, actually, because you can't onager cut. In the orange, we have Kita playing as the Mayans. And in the yellow, we have Gaming playing as the Persians. And it was random civilization. Persians are seen as maybe the best sudden death civilization because they get extra HP on their town centers. Gotta love. I mean, it's not maybe that big a deal. But, like, the other day, I was playing a team game, and I said, I go Archer to my teammate, and it bleeped it out. And then Yellow's name, that's all good with Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. So, 8 players, maps Amazon Tunnel. There are relics and other golds and whatnot towards the middle. Looks like maybe a total of 8 relics on the map. And we have some time for build-up. Okay, so, I want to remind you of a couple other things. You've got 3 boars on this map, which helps with a faster start. So fast castling should be easier. And the easiest way to snipe people is to go through the woodlines. We actually have 2 civilizations that don't get onager here. I think the 2 civilizations that don't get onager. Huns. So Huns for Lorhe. And then also Turks for Exist to Destroy. And that is going to be really complicated because while with Turks, you could build up a lot of cannons. You can't make your way through the trees unless you maybe use trebuchets. I guess on the bright side, there's not a lot of trees, but still, it makes things more complicated. All right, so it's been a long day, long stream for me. So I'm going to kind of open this up for a Q&A here for any of my live viewers right now, and people watching later on could hopefully enjoy that. There might be other things to talk about, obviously, and I'll touch on here in the game. But Fredward says, T90, been watching you for years since Zero Empire stopped posting on YouTube. Oh, God. Lotus Streams just lost a villager. Thank you. The best caster and you and Dave together are a dream. Yo, thank you. Really, that's a long time. If you've been watching back when Zach stopped making videos. I think initially, like my existence at that time, you know, when he had stopped, gave me a little boost, right? Like there was people who wanted Age of Empires content. They wanted commentary. And so I provided that. But I mean, that was 2015, man. That's 8 years. I think anyways. It could have been early 2016. I believe that was maybe late 2015. Yeah, it's been a long time. Thank you for the kind words. Glad you still think those things about me. You never know. People get tired of you after a while or their opinions change for whatever reason. Okay, let's see if Blue can click wall from the crocodile. Actually, wait a second. Has the hill. So I believe that villager should be okay. Yeah, great job. Hill bonus versus the croc. T90, if you had to conceal some drinkware, where would you hide it? Why, are you going to a concert? Or the movies? And I'm not at all experienced at sneaking alcoholic beverages into places you're not allowed to. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I normally don't do the concealing. That would normally be... I mean, what you could do in the event the scenario you're mentioning, or I mentioned is correct, you could reseal a water bottle, right? So, you know, you don't conceal it, but it's just water. Would you say that would be a hidden cup? Oh, it's a hidden cup joke. No information on hidden cup, Varian. Well played. And now I just let everyone know that I sometimes sneak alcohol into places by resealing water bottles. But, you know, that's just a hypothetical thing that I do from time to time, depending on the occasion. This map would be really cool with a relic monk boom, just saying. A relic monk boom. Oh, you mean the mods? Where monks explode? Yeah, maybe. I haven't tried that one yet. I don't know where these two villagers are going. They are going to the other side of the trees. But we'll see, guys. We still have a long time here. Remember, it's 1 TC eco, right? So even the attacks later, they're not going to have as much. And players are pretty spread out. So this could be a pretty long game. T90, how would you smuggle booze onto a cruise ship? Aren't most cruises just, like, loaded with alcohol? They charge for alcohol on cruise ships? I never went in a cruise, but I always kind of got the idea that, you know, a lot of that stuff was all inclusive. Also, this is not at all the type of questions I was expecting you guys to ask, but whatever. We're rolling with it. People are just like, I've already know everything about this guy. All right, barracks in the middle. Yeah, I could see. I guess that depends on, you know, what type of package you subscribe to, or not subscribe to, you know, sign up for. I don't know. Cruises don't actually sound enticing to me. Like, being out in the water sounds great, but, like, I would want to be able to just, like, go do stuff off the boat. I know these are big boats, and I think the benefit probably is, like, all-inclusive this, all-inclusive that. They have a lot of different things. But I feel like after the second day, I would probably be like, I kind of want to go do something somewhere that's not on this ship. I've never been on a cruise, so I don't actually know what the experience would be like, but that's my general feeling on it. Also, Lorhay, one of the players who is playing with the civilization where you cannot onager cut, is significantly faster to cast Leech. And I think this will be good for this game because it is kind of nerfed Lorhay. And we'll see how Lorhay ends up managing the whole situation with no onager. But very fast cast Leech here. I was on a cruise on honeymoons, but it wasn't much fun for us. Okay, gotcha. Like, I think destination cruises, like, you, like, get to party it up, live it up, or whatever until you get somewhere, and then you're there for a bit, and then you get back on. That could maybe be a bit better for me. I don't know. Everyone's different, right? Like, I have some friends who are, like, resort people, and I went to, like, a resort, all-inclusive resort type thing with friends once. I guess they were more so my fiance's friends. And my feeling after that as well was, like, that wasn't necessarily my vibe. So, it's all good. We got scouts in the middle here for Krakenmeister. So, Krakenmeister just wants the relics, I guess, right? And is going to use the scouts to protect them. Actually, Krakenmeister just might want to see the map. Wow, they are very much in the darkness here. We have not done explored. So, it's probably hard for them to be creative on how they play certain aspects. I mean, Lorhay scouted one relic. And also sees that Orange is here. And is going to kill this villager. And Blue says why. And I'm not sure what the question was about. But yeah, relics are going to be important. Again, one town center. You can't really get a big economic lead in 1 TC. So getting relics to get long-term gold income is huge. And I think Lorhay, being experienced, knows there's quite a few relics on Amazon Tunnel in the middle. So. T90, do you know if any devs watch your content or any AB2 YouTube content? I do know that I do know that some do. It's not to the same level that you guys might, right? Where it's like, can't wait for that next video. Oh my god, that next video is good. I mean, some of you might feel like that, some of you might not. But I've received responses in the past, right, where I make a video on a certain topic and I talk about that topic to try and better the game, right? Like specifically those videos I do hear back about sometimes. For the most part, though, I would say majority probably do not. So, but there are exceptions. The other thing, too, is there are people on these teams that I have known for a very long time. Like, that I met like 5 years ago, right? Like, these are people that I've had person-to-person conversations with, some of them. There's quite a few people in Forgotten Empires these days, but yeah. Okay. I am no threat. Please spare me, says Kita. Well, Kita, I think it's more so the issue of your barracks location. It doesn't really seem like it is Red's intention to pick on you just yet. Kita is saying this to Red. Red is just trying to get relics right now. When is T90 trolls? Honestly, Alex, like you're one of the people who keeps asking about that. I think about it on a somewhat consistent basis. I want to do it, but I don't know. There's always just so many other things that are happening. So I do not have a scheduled time. Don't want to get your hopes up on it. So will you cast a mid/low elo team game? Potentially. I mean, basically what I've been doing more so on low elo legend days is I've already branched out to doing more mid elo on those days. So I've been enjoying that. And I could occasionally do some team games. But there's a lot of variety that I could do. It's just a matter of having time for it. So if you could add any civ from the time frame into AoE2, what civ would you pick? I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of civilizations. I feel like I'm okay with where we're at. I don't know. Maybe an unpopular opinion. People love new things, and I get that. But what I'd like to see for the game is improvements to how the game performs. Features to enhance people's experiences playing the game, or just like connecting with other people and their friends. And there's just a lot of room for improvement there. I'm not necessarily on like the give me more civilizations train at the moment. But if there's more, I'll cover it. We'll see how it goes, right? And it's good for a lot of people, so. Wow, capped RAM already here for Krakenmeister. Pretty early investment onto capped RAM, but maybe isn't a fan of the fact that purple's walling here. It's kind of weird, right? Like green is trying to build up here. This is purple's base, though. So the Siege Workshop is beyond purple's walls. Purple with some stables here is going to make light cav to try and push some of this back. I'm not really sure what green's plan is, but it is sudden death. So I think green's just trying to kill somebody, honestly. Anyways, economy is what I would suggest to focus on for the early portion, because you don't really gain anything from killing someone early in sudden death. I mean, I guess you do in that it's one less person to worry about. So it does depend. It is so nice, though, if you kill someone on your flank, because you don't have to have that paranoia of anyone ever coming through that wood line. I want the Rome expansion to be good. I was never an AoE1 guy, but I'm a big Roman history guy, so I'm nervous. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, Age of Empires 2... So I'm not the most historically informed individual, but I know enough to know Age of Empires 2 isn't exactly, like, the most historically accurate game. Right? It is based on history. It's a big reason people like it, but it's not like Age of Empires 2 is like, whoa, accuracy. So I'll be curious to see what they prioritize there for you, man. We had 4 relics in here from Lorhe, and you can tell he's playing the long term. Use these monasteries to produce the monks. Takes the monks home now, even stone walls. But Teal's going to get 2 relics? That's not bad. Also is Portuguese, where you can make Feitorias, and that just actually clicked with me. Portuguese might actually be one of the best civilizations for this game here. Because you have 1 town center economy, but you can add Feitorias, which should give you a lead on everyone else's eco. Who do you think will win King of the Desert? A bit tricky because I don't even know who is qualifying, right? Like, I I hope Viper plays the qualifier tomorrow, but there's a chance that he doesn't. I believe he will, but he literally just had like intensive surgery 2 days ago or something. So it's hard to know because I don't know the player pool. I think in terms of motivation, form, and everything right now, I think Hera going into King of the Desert is the favorite. So we'll see. But, you know, for Viper, he's won every single King of the Desert, but again, he literally just had a surgery. So even if he qualifies, it's like, well, he hasn't been playing the game as much. Where's he at health-wise? We don't know. So, but I'm not entirely sure. If I had to say someone right now at this point, having not seen some of the other factors play out for King of the Desert, I would say Hera's my favorite. You guys playing the game more than most. Seems super motivated. Doesn't have a lot of like other factors going on. Seems like it's pure Age of Empires 2, and he's playing really sharp. Imp already for Lorhe. Dang. With 46 villagers. Okay, so everyone's pretty close. 41 villagers for Taco Diva is the lowest. That's not bad. It's not too far away. And castle here behind some stone walls. And a castle from Kita as well. Oh, sorry, from Lotus as well. All right. Hoping Viper can power through it like he did at NAC. Well, I disagree. I hope that he's not in a position where he has to power through anything for his health. I hope that he is not powering through and he is just feeling good. Right? Having been in NAC, I know how much of a struggle it was, right? Like I know that he was not close to 100% and it's just a kind of a crappy situation all around, right? So Viper's my friend, right? Didn't enjoy seeing him like that, and so I hope he's going to be in good spot. From what I've heard, his surgery was successful, and you know that he's feeling good. So I don't think there's going to be a massive recovery time. Though I'm not there. So purple got revenge on green. Green wanted to go for the kill. Green probably regretting that now. The green just blocking this off with stables. You can't actually stonewall with the humans. So that kind of sucks. And Imp's going to come in for Taco Diva. And again, I really think the Portuguese could do some crazy things here. Can you share what it was? Yeah. He got his gallbladder removed. And it's normally I wouldn't like share Viper's business, but that's something he's talked about publicly. So I think he has gallbladder removed yesterday, and the tournament qualifiers tomorrow, or maybe it was 2 days ago. I forget. All right, so here we have some chat. Green says purple strong, lots of knights. Exist to destroy says that's a lie. Green says he's gonna roll me, and purple's like I was just defending. And Lorhe's like, yeah, pile on him. Lorhe does not want to be the target, so he says, we see the high score. Purple, excuse yourself for making a lot of knights. Just defending, man. Lorhe's such a troll. A few would have been fine, but lots is too far. And Purple's like, what? What have I done? So, anyways, a couple of these buildings going down. Rams on the way. Purple did just defend himself. I think making this army is completely reasonable. Purple's played really well, too. 30 farms. This is a really healthy 1 TC eco. Seriously, I'm really liking the looks of this eco balance, too. Look at red. Okay, so I have... someone at this point brought up, like, improvements to the game. This, realistically, if I could, like, magically fix certain things with the game, would be super low on the list. But it is something I've talked about. Tarkans don't have a noise anymore, okay? They used to have a thump. They don't have a thump anymore. It used to be a wonderful little thump. They destroy buildings faster than most things. Why are they silent? I'll never know. But I love the Tarkan, and the silence is actually something that can benefit you in a sneaky game mode like Sudden Death. So we have Tarkan production from Lorhe. You might not hear those Tarkans coming. Lorhe says again. I'm not sure what that's about. Taco Diva is up. Taco Diva making the Faitoria. I really do think, even though all the nerves of Taco Diva and everything that they talked about in the Discord makes me think, there's some inexperience there. I do think Portuguese, combined with the lower score currently and the fact that you might not be a target, could be really good for Teal. All right. T90's autobiography will probably be titled The Silence of the Tarkans. Maybe. Now, Huns have a unique bonus everyone forgets about where their trebs are like 50% more accurate, which is actually helpful if you're trying to take out trees. And I like the outposts just to play it safe here, right? Can see grays over there, knows orange is over here. Pretty good awareness from Lorhe. And oh my god, I'm so sorry I missed this. Purple has made it through into green's base. And green kind of just paying the price for trying to kill someone off early, right? Chose the wrong person. This person exists to destroy. And you decided to try and pick a fight with them. Well played from purple to get some revenge here. And green is letting everyone know, though, that purple is an issue. And blue is looking pretty crazy over here on this side. So if blue were to make it over there, blue could always surprise purple. And green saying his entire army is in my base. Quick, get to purple. But I mean, while purple's not fully stonewalled right now, there's still wood line separating the players. You would need onagers to cut through. Green should be able to survive, though. Will make it to imp. I'm not sure about the fascination of cumin crossbows. It's one of the worst civilizations to go crossbow with. They lack bracer and they lack arbalest. But, maybe we could see a unit switch at some point from green. Who are the Aussie players? So Kita's Aussie. And I don't actually know because the name from the other player isn't the same as in Discord. It would either be Exist to Destroy, Lotus Dreams, or Yellow? I honestly don't know. But yeah, Liam, go ahead, root for your fellow Aussie. I think one of them might have said they're from New Zealand. Or maybe that was a viewer here who showed up who said hello from New Zealand today. I don't know. Been a long day. Trying to follow this game's developments. We actually do have petards for green as well. And again, it's sudden death. If that TC's down, you are out of the game. Also, Trebuchet. Bombard cannon's actually from Lotus. And this castle looked good, but I did think the first person to siege there would siege down the others. I think it's safe to say that green is not going to be in a position to compete for very long against purple. If it is just a 1v1 between these two, I mean, the TC's probably not going to go down right now for green, but a lot of villagers have. And green's at 24 vills. And there are many times where I say, wow, I feel really bad for this player. But you did try and kill purple. So you tried to kill the guy and you found out that he's actually really strong. And TC won't go down here for green, though. We'll see. I think in these situations, what you hope for is you hope that someone else hits purple from the other side. And purple hasn't really thought about that possibility. Hasn't outposted the sides at all. Oh, God. And the Tarkans are through. The Tarkans are through. Listen to how silent they are. Look at the pathing, too. This is great. There's no noise, but there's pikemen. But it's sudden death. You got to go for that TC. There goes red. Man, Tarkans are such a beautiful unit. We do have house walls here. Lots of fortifications. There is like a little maze, though, the Tarkans could run through. Let's see if Kita can get house walls down or a gate wall. Kita, you're going to regret not full walling this. Oh, no. The silent but deadly Tarkans. They can make their way through the pointy boys. They can do it. They can take out the TC. Now, Lorhe's experienced enough to know you get underneath it. Get underneath, and then you just go bop. And then all of them are attacking. Oh! Makita just says, GG frowny face. Maybe. Maybe. Repair with more. Oh, Lorhe gets the first kill. Kita was top score. 70 villagers. A sick army. An army that should have destroyed Lorhe if this game would continued. But it's sudden death. You have to commit towards the town centers. And Lorhe did exactly that. Just a couple tweaks there. Just a gate. Just a gate. And even like repairing with all the villagers instead of garrisoning. Oh, man. Sad times for Kita. Red now backs away. And now the others are suddenly aware, like, oh, boy, people are dying now. This is bad. Especially top score players dying. What do we do? So, anyways, we might see some Cav Archers in combination with this. But yellow is making elite war elephants? What? He is gaming. Okay, that's just crazy. Again, they don't have massive economies. Typically, if you're on Elite War Elephant, you've had 150 villagers for 30 minutes. You maybe have some trade carts bringing in lots of gold. This is pretty crazy. Elite War Elephant off 19 farms and then 13 gold. That is expensive. But I respect it. I respect it. Blue, by the way. In Imp with Elite Bowyars. Haven't seen Onager yet. But Purple's going to start to make outposts here and wall up a little bit. Purple's definitely gone for the middle approach, at least thus far. The Tarkins from Red. Moving out to their next target. Teal and Gray haven't really butted heads much since the Bombard Cannon incident. And, I mean, Green is just... Green has to hope that no one attacks for a long time. 30 villagers. Again, no real easy way to catch up in that regard because you're stuck on one town center. Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Wait a second! What? What? Oh my god! Green had Onager? What in the world? How? I would have never thought this was possible. I would just have turtled up and said, I'm so dead now. Why did I do that? And I regret everything. Green said, no. I am going to make a move against a player who has dominated me because I have no other choice. If I just sit at home, I'm a coward, but I'm just going to die. And here he goes. You need 5 petards to take out a TC. Now, Purple sees this, and Purple's like, I got to quick wall it because I don't have army here right now. That villager stands on top of the house foundation. Don't like that guy very much. More house walls. Still didn't get the house walls down. Panic from Purple. Army's probably coming home. The petards can always take out houses anyways. And Green doesn't even know where the TC is at this point, right? Green's just searching for it. This is epic. And I think Purple's army's coming back. Where is it? Purple's army's coming back to kill these petards. That was the MTC too, by the way, but wow. And a classic T90 blind moment. I'm really glad we can rewind now. Holy crap. That was disgusting, man. And Green's victory is sweet. Woo! Holy. Purple says GG. Holy, did not expect that. Dang. Gotta love the respect from Purple as well. He can't believe that just happened to him. Okay. Well, we have had some spicy snipes so far in this game, guys. People being creative. And Red trying to use the Trebuchet now to cut through over to Gray. Now, Gray doesn't have outposts over here, so this could easily surprise Gray. And it's pretty obvious to me that Gray is just thinking about Teal. Gray's like, Taco Diva's here. I already took out one castle. They're probably angry. So I need to make sure that I'm prepared for this. A Purple in chat. First community game ever. I think you learned a hard lesson. You played very well. Got to make some outposts, right? That was really cool from Green. I just still can't believe that happened. And Green is Onager, so Green could actually do it to the other side too. And Teal feels very focused on the choke point as well, similar to Purple. Forgetting about the sides being an option. But, I mean, I don't think Gray's going to be around for much longer. Because I'm just waiting for the Tarkins to mass and go in. It's one of my favorite units. That Treb went forward to scout. Backs away now. Okay. Treb onto the tree, or maybe like 4 or 5 trees away from cutting through at this point. I don't know if that accuracy actually helps that much. It does feel like he's trying to cut a double wide space, though. Like, he's going to go for this tree next, right? Okay, well, you know. I'm a guy talking about trebuchets hitting trees right now. It's just about as exciting as I could be. He's going for it, though. And from Gray's perspective, you might catch a glimpse, but you're not looking at that. I think Gray is setting up to build houses here that helps as almost like outposts, right? And Gray should know that 2 players have died, but doesn't necessarily know who did it. And, oh, there's no hole there yet. Red was clicking through. I think there's a hole now. Yeah, there's a 1-tile gap. And Red's got 46 Tarkans. And, oh, by the way, Italians, just like Mayans, should be really good against Huns. Hal Plumed Archer is amazing against Huns. Genoese Crossbowman, just in general, is great against Huns. Okay, maybe there wasn't a gap. There is a gap, right? There is. Okay. And Gray's reacting. Gray notices. Gray saw it immediately, but what can you do about it? Your Genoese Crossbowmen have to come back? And most likely, by the time you get there, your TC's down. Now, Genoese Crossbowmen destroy Tarkans. And there's a bit of an obstruction here for Red. I just don't think you kill that many Tarkans before your TC's down. TCs are just so vulnerable here. There's no thump. They don't make noise. I'm not upset about it. But it's pretty epic for sudden death. It's a feature at this point. GG, Gray. There's no way you survive this one. Right? Right. Wow. Okay, so this is actually transpired much faster than I was expecting here. And now this is an amazing position for Red. Because Red doesn't have anyone to worry about on the sides, right? If you got Teal, okay, you don't have Gray on the side anymore, and that's kind of a positive for you, but you do have the potential of green. You know, yellow, you don't have orange on the side, you got the potential of blue. Blue, you have the potential of yellow. So Red is the safest player right now. I think Huns have an army comp issue compared to the other civilizations, but still, now you can take a little bit more risk, take initiative to try and find the next players. So silent but deadly are these Huns. And I think Teal sees this. Look at that. We're going to see the trees start going down. Adoa, I agree. I think when a player's dead, their units should still attack. What's happened on the most recent patch is the units, if they were fighting, will continue to fight. And if they get attacked, they'll fight back. But I mean, there's a little bit of noise here, but we got to focus on this. Green thinks I'm going to be able to do the same thing I did last time. Look at Green's score. If it worked once, why can't it work again? There's no way this works. There's just no way. You're not getting to that TC. Good awareness from Teal, and it's one of the few times that the outposts have actually paid off in defense here for player. And also the outpost here should be able to show Teal that we have Red on this side. I also like the house wall and the extra layer of fortifications around this area too. Okay, so here comes Green. Green's like, I just cut through. I can't wait to be a legend on T90's YouTube channel. It's been my greatest dream, beyond making really cool mods in Age of Empires 2, which Krakenmeister has done, by the way. Krakenmeister also helped out with a tiny map pack as well, which we're going to use for content. So I'm obviously being sarcastic. But anyways, Green's like, let's go. We need all the petards in the world. You only need 5 for a TC. You've got 17. Mateel just waiting, probably keeping an eye on Red on the other side. Red doesn't know that they've been spotted, of course. But it looks like we have a fight between yellow and blue that could be starting. But I just want to show Green's perspective. Green's just really hoping this is going to work and the petards get flattened. That was very satisfying to watch. And Green's probably like, uh-oh, we just opened this up, so now they can come kill me. And Taco Diva drops the F to pay respects for the enemy units. I mean, they were going to die one way or another, right? If anything, that would be a little bit more cool than blowing up a building. Okay, so yellow's Persians, and so he has commander on crossbows, right? The crossbows just cost wood. Very nice in these types of games. And, oh my god, yellow's got elephants, crossbows, and petards. And he was going to make a move versus blue, but blue's here faster. Blue's looking for the TC. Blue can't find it. Blue, you got to follow the farms. Surely the TC is going to be near the farms. There it is. Now, it's Persians, guys. This has as much HP as Yellow's castle does. Any other civ, this is toast. Let's see if Blue can take it out. Eventually, the Elite War Elephants will clear this. And we still do have Teal trying to progress on the other side. Green's castle stalls things out, though, which is nice. And there's Trebs, too. Wow, great job from Blue. Wow, that was so good. I've said it so many times. You just have to commit in sudden death. Red's been doing it. Blue just did it there. Just YOLO'd in. Didn't have a problem with bringing the Trebs underneath the castle, too. I love that. That is such an important trait for this scenario. Or, sorry, this game mode. It's all about the TC. So, Blue's going to back away. Might even save all the trebuchets. Not all, but most. And can regroup for the next player. And now Blue doesn't have anyone on either side. And wow, we only have 3 people remaining now. Again, I think Teal is in a sneaky strong position because of the Fatorias. Look at the food, the gold, the stone. All these resources are just wild. And no one can really compete with that. And Red says, so I assume everyone is in deep thoughts. Oh, by the way, it's not 3 people remaining. It's 4. I forgot about Green. I'm so sorry, Green. Is that Siege Onager? What? How? What's your Vil count? 62. I mean, seriously, though, that's impressive. Did he not? He forgot Green isn't technically dead. Yeah, I know, I did. I was waiting for the but from Lorhe. Not Lorhe's butt, but the butt in the statement from Lorhe. So I assume everyone is in deep thoughts, but yada, 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 yada. That's what I expected to happen. It felt like that was just first start of the, or just the first part of the statement. Yeah, so if units were attacking you when the player is defeated, they will continue. So the, oh god, oh no, oh, there was a hole. Elephants are now, wait, no, they're done attacking now, actually. Because they killed a unit. That's so weird. Red says, anyone fighting? I think every other player is dead. It doesn't seem like there's any fighting from my perspective. That's a lot of siege onagers. The organ guns will get flattened by that. Green doesn't have any cavalry to run in. Or Teal doesn't. How did Green afford all this? I mean, spending resources is the answer. A lot of other people are floating res. Green's just spending it nonstop. You'd be an amazing grammar teacher. Thank you. You know, I was going to, but then I said, let's leave that for someone else. And so here I am. Oh, boy. And Green missing a first couple volleys really hurts. Teal spreading out the units quite nicely. Still takes some losses, but ends up taking out the siege onagers. Green's still committing, though. With 18 petards. There is a chance. There is a chance. If there was... He has to use 3 to make a hole. And then 5 have to get to the TC. No. RIP. Expensive losses. That was basically Green's everything. I respect Green a lot, though. I think after the first engagement, I think you don't run in there with the petards. I think you just wait for more siege onagers and try and kill this before you try it. This is a scouting party from Blue to find out what's going on elsewhere. This is where it gets really tricky in these sudden death games. Okay, Blue sees all the organ guns from Teal. Oh, man. Also, Red is trading! Trading with the dead player's market. That is so smart. That is really good, too. You can get a lot of gold income that way. That is 33 gold a trip, which might not seem like a lot, but while you only have one town center to produce villagers out of, you now can make as many markets as you want to produce trade. And your food eco is going to be fine, because you've got 32 on food. Because you could always add more if you need to. Forward production buildings from Red as well. How much did it cost for green to take out that one wall piece? Didn't even take out the wall piece, though. Didn't even take it out. So the answer is too much. We've just got 3 Fatorias for Taco Diva. I would be on 4 at least. 4 or 5. Man, you remember when I said blue needs to commit and then blue committed and then I was impressed with blue's commitment? Holy crap, man. That is a lot of bowyars. 110 bowyars. These guys are impressing me. It almost feels like we're playing on turbo mode right now with the amount of resources they're able to get in. Like, green's recovery was amazing. Purple said in the chat here afterwards, I did not expect green to be able to have an army to kill me. 6 is the correct answer. Barely holdable, but you can delete one if you need to. Well, I guess my concern there is if you've got... How many villagers are out? Like, if you already have 60 vills, I don't love 5 because you only have 40 army. But teal is only holding, so if you're only holding, like you said, I think it's probably best to have more. The other aspect is how many resources are you floating right now? The resources are super high, so I don't even know if you need another one. Okay, so red is going to attempt to cut through this direction and seems to be making a wall around this area. So in the event that the opponent tries to run through, they can't go too far. That's kind of interesting. Blue is gone this way to find purple, who is already dead. Blue doesn't know where green is. Oh no. Yellow says, at least I did some gaming. You did some gaming, all right. Uh-oh. Remember that opening that you cut, green? Does green see this? Green's still focused over here. This is bad for green. This is bad. And you're humans as well, so you couldn't really stonewall it. Okay, there would be an attack signal at least because the petard was there. But I don't know how you stop that many bowyars. Green is making progress against teal, by the way. As is red. So teal might actually be the next to go down. But if blue makes the move, that TC's a goner for green. This is going to be helpful for teal, obviously, because green has been making progress here. Amazingly. And blue wanders in. You don't want to attack the vills. You just want to run around, find the TC. Don't give them any sort of notification. Looking around. Castle fire will help because you get vision around the castle and the TC is close to the castle. Okay, so it shows you a farm. You look for the farms because that's where the first farms would normally be. Petard from green hops into the TC. That's not going to help you in there, buddy. And this is going to be the end for green, which is such a shame because green is making progress too. Green is actually close to contributing against teal. But great recovery from Krakenmeister. I think Krakenmeister can be very proud of what was accomplished in this game. And blue has time to decide on the next target. Red is continuing to make a push against Taco Diva. I think we're missing chemistry here, Lorhe. By the way, guys, my most confusing AoE 2 text ever video is basically near completion. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Like really the editing and it just like the things to talk about and some of the things I forgot about. It's really exciting. So, in that, chemistry is included with heated shot, of course, because people easily confuse the two, but should be this week, I think. By the time this game hits YouTube, it's been very good so far, so this might hit YouTube. It's probably already up. But, anyways. Red's going to run through. I think this is the end for teal. Now, teal does have extra layers of fortifications, but I'm seeing some holes anyways. And a big issue with Fatorias is just not having army count. And to be fair, the army counts are just insanity for the others. 100 for red. Yellow's dead had 100. Blue is 140. Here go the Tarkins. Yo, Philster! What's up, man? Nice to see you. Tarkins looking for damage. They do not know where the TC is. There's also a hole here, if I'm not wrong. Oh, rip. Don't mind if I do. And the silent but deadly Tarkins are going in for the TC. Same with Blue, by the way. Blue is looking for the TC. This reminds me of a very specific movie reference. And I'm not sure if you guys will remember this. Blue's probably like, huh? Did I do that? Right? So do you remember that scene in, I think, The Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises, where the kids are like sitting there in their car in the parking lot and they're like, bam, bam, bam. And they're like shooting the cars, you know, with a fake, you know, make-believe gun. And then suddenly it gets lit up by a rocket launcher or by Batman or whatever. And they're like, that's Blue right now. Blue's like, did I do that? I'm not sure I did that. That's one of my favorite trilogies. A great game from Teal, by the way. You said you were nervous. I think you worked your way through the nerves pretty nicely there. And unfortunately, you just had... The timing wasn't right for you here, right? You just had people coming in from all angles. So, the Fatoria player's out. It would be rather interesting if someone with Redemption found those and converted them. Slavs could do that. And there is a monk on the way. Hold on. Is he thinking about that? I don't know if he could get there. But he could actually steal one if he wanted to. It's also possible... Oh, he's probably just going for the relics. Okay. Gray... or sorry, not gray. It is now... Number 1 and number 2. Okay, Tarkins were deleted. That's interesting. I think he probably wants pop space elsewhere. He was, like, trapped, and he didn't think he could get through. Lorhe and Matson now fighting, and this is where it could be questionable for Huns. How do you stop Siege Onager and Boyars? That's a lot of Boyars. Boyars have solid Pierce armor. And the Cav Archers are still missing chemistry, so they're still missing out on that extra damage output. None of this is going to help Lorhe. I think he's going to need some type of a sneak attempt. Blue clears that. Now, we do have forward production here from Lorhe, which is part of why he deleted his units. And he actually wants these relics, which is kind of funny. Blue actually... Wow, Blue is thinking, how did Red get here? And might go through this opening, but Red already pre-walled that. That pre-wall felt so extra to me. It just felt so unnecessary. Like, I just didn't think that that would ever be needed, but it makes sense. Monastery and the Trebs, everything here from Red goes down, and everything from Red goes down here as well. Paladin beats a Boyar, so I guess the unit you really need to rely on here for Lorhe is Cav Archer. And hope that Blue runs out of gold. Which has happened, by the way. Boyars are super expensive. They are more costly than Paladin on gold. So I know that was recently changed a bit, the Boyar cost, so I'm just not entirely sure what it's at right now. Actually, it might be cheaper on gold compared to a Paladin now. I forget. Maybe someone can tell me. Yeah. And Lorhe still has gold here, but also has added some trade. So I think gold workers right now is at 26, whereas everyone else is at 0. That could pay off. Especially when we're seeing, you know, Siege and Boyars as the things that separate the Slavs from the Huns. Boyar cost equals Knight? Okay, so that was tweaked then, right? Paladin's going in against the Siege. We're going to find the kills. Blue focused here, clearly. He has a straight run right into Lorhe's base. So if Lorhe doesn't notice, it could be problematic. Trebs hitting the gates. Also, I didn't see a single comment about my Batman movie reference, and I'm a little disappointed, but I understand it's late. I read says pathing, please, as he's trying to get to the right spots, but I guess it's like pathing. What is this? It's telling him he can go there. Yeah, so he knows about that. He's trying to get over there, and now he needs to panic Stonewall this, because if those things get through, that could be horrible. What's kind of funny is from Blue's perspective, part of him must have thought that this could have been Red's base. Also, this Paladin, just sniping the traps. No, and Blue's trying to kill the Paladin, but he's killing his own traps. No! No! Okay, could have been worse. Oh, wait, no, what? Oh, God, and he's blocked again. Not again. Not the Onagers again. No. Don't do it again, Blue. Don't do it. Have faith in your Bowyars. That was funny. And Bowyars made progress here. If he sees the trade cards, he might be tempted to take out Gray's Market, which could kind of ruin Lorhe's long-term gold plan. I love Batman T90. Dude, I love those movies so much. Those movies are so good. They did such a good job. I'm not a big superhero guy, but like those movies are just fantastic. Christian Bale's badass. I mean, they're not flawless, right? They have their flaws, but I love them. We'll leave it at that. So, whoa, what the? Hold on a second. Because he walled the other side, his trade is now... His trade is very confused, and he deletes them. That would have been a nightmare getting them back, but they're still running that way. What is the pathing, man? Heath Ledger is Joker. Yeah, it's insane. One of the best performances I think I've ever seen. And obviously, you know, the context of the situation too, with him passing soon after, is, I think, adds to the appreciation of what he did in that film. Okay, so again, big issue is going to be gold here, right? Blue has gold workers now. How does he have gold workers? Villagers here. Oh God, he has got gold forever. Okay. This is going to be a real slog. And man, Gray, did you ever think that your castle would kill so many units after you were dead? Because the pathing keeps telling these players that they can send units past your gates because you're dead. And they can't. So this is a problem for Blue now as well. Philster, I thought the games were really good today. I don't know. In the past, we used to have days where it was like, man, all these games were garbage. I'm not kidding. The last year, it's like every single time we do community games, there's at least like 2 really good games. This included in that, by the way. This has been really solid. It feels like the situation is rather stalematey, though, so this could go on for a bit. We'll see if Blue is able to really find his way through. Red's going to run this way. I think there's a hole there. I think there's a tree there. Maybe they're going to fight over these relics right now. So I can't see this entire message. But Marston says, T90, love your voice and casting. Not playing AW2 competitively, but after watching hundreds of your YouTube videos, really getting into it. Impressive how one person can have such an impact on gaming community. All right, I'm going to tab out for this, right? I got to see the rest of this message. Your life sometimes, pure gold, great job, and I definitely find myself between those falling asleep easier with your voice from random YouTube recording. Okay, I got you. Well, hey, thank you. Thanks for the kind words, man. Thanks for the long time sub as well. What is that, 17 months now? Thank you. Doing my best out here, you know, with a super old game. So Blue's going to try and build up. So here's why I think this game's going to go on for a while longer. Blue, he's being almost too creative, right? Trying to get over here. Now, I think that's due to the relics, and the importance of the relics can't be understated. But Blue's unable to have success pushing mid. And Blue could bypass yellow. By the way, there are relics here. And go through orange and then eventually over. But, I mean, this is what happens in these sudden death games, right? You're just like 2 players on opposite sides of the map, and it just becomes a real slog. Veteran says, hey, T90 just became a Patreon after so many years of watching you. It's about time. Thank you. Hey, thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, I think in the future I might do a little bit more for people who support on that platform. It's tricky, though, with everything that I do to really stay on top of it. And I probably wouldn't be consistent with whatever rewards or whatever I would come up with. At the end of the day, it's just a way for people to support if they wish to, as opposed to, you know, not. So the nice thing about it is a large cut goes towards creators there, and you can fully customize the amount, right? So And you do get access to a Discord room, which I do read. It's just not very active for our 15 or 20 or so patrons that are in the Discord. Stockpile, 32 on golds. And then blue's got 30 on gold. What in the world? And if blue could spend gold, I think Boyars and Siege is just really hard for hunts to stop. We'll see how it pans out. Over here, though, blue skirmishers. Not so sure that's going to be helpful. Red still able to trade. Oh, no. Oh, no. He doesn't know it. But he is killing Gray's market. The market he's trading with. It's an enemy, but that's what happens when you trade with the enemy and have some rogue hussars running around their base. Blue trying to progress. T90, if you're in one of the players' shoes, how would you win in this situation and do it for both players? I think for blue, you got to be happy with the fact you have stone walls and you have onager. So this is where red wants to take the fight. You're kind of giving him that opportunity right now. It's tricky because you can take a good fight. Like, this is going to be cost-effectively, I think, a really good fight for him. And that's why he might want to continue to do it. But I think, you know, you always are going to have that fight potential. I would never make skirms with Slavs. But I think you have to use the potential to cut through and just try and switch up the point of attack. That might not lead to you winning the game, but it might potentially change some things. That said, typically in these 1v1 games, it is just a situation of mano-y-mano, mass your units. How are you going to do with it? Lorhay did pull his hussars off of this to pull them away somewhere else, by the way. And so I would say, when you come forward to take an attack, make sure you're pushing down things. But I think it's going to be a slog. Blue with 9 farms. That's true. He's now down to 3k food. That's a very good point. If he doesn't realize that that's the situation, things could fall apart pretty quickly. Eco counts 61 as well. Ooh, gosh. That food's going to disappear really fast. Now, no wonder victory isn't allowed in this. Does a Paladin beat a Boyar? No, the Boyar beats Paladin. So the thing about... The big difference between them is the armor. So the first one here is melee armor. So that's 11 melee armor. I actually thought they got more than 11 melee. I thought they got 12, but I think I'm wrong. So I think with 11 armor against 14 attack, you're taking 3 damage a hit. And then Paladins have 5 melee against 18 attack. Wait, no. They both have 18 attack. Yeah, so they have the same amount of attack. There is an HP difference, but the Boyar does more damage against the Paladin. So yeah, that's basically it. So Boyar should win most melee engagements because of their armor. Yeah, this is red trying to hold the castle now. And I think the castle ends up going down, and that was a pretty important castle here. Blue could always just queue up more villagers and send them to food. It's always a possibility. God, this castle continues to get kills because of the pathing issues there. Great job from blue. So yeah, Boyar should win. There used to be a conversation of like cost effectiveness between Boyar and Paladin, but they've recently nerfed the cost of the Boyar, so Boyar should be pretty strong. And Boyars have, you know, they're still have a decent amount of HP, so they're still pretty good against Cav archers. And I mean, Slav halberdiers as well are just so freaking strong due to the unique tech they have. So I think the units are just better for the Slavs here, and I think we're kind of seeing that. Blue's production is pretty crazy. Blue also maybe thinking about cutting here eventually. Knows that orange is dead at this point, right? It's a 1v1. But actually now, I wouldn't even cut the sides. You're already having so much success, just push the middle. It'll be easier for you. I also like Blue's unit control, right? Pulling the skirms after the Cav archers here. He's playing really well. T90, I'm not Australian. I'm a New Zealander. Oh, I'm sorry, Kita. Well, I guess then Liam shouldn't have rooted for you. He wanted to root for the Australian. Sorry for looping you guys together. You're pretty close, all things considered, but I know that doesn't mean you are Australian. We really... I don't think we'll be able to, but we are really considering going to New Zealand when we're in Australia and making that trek, but I'm not sure that'll be possible. Ooh, this is interesting. So I think Red realizes I'm going to die, or there's a chance I could. At the very least, Red figures I can't just keep taking fights here. I have to try something else. And so Red is going to try and move his way through Purple, who has been dead for a really long time. Now, the thing for Blue is soon going to finish Gold here. Like, really soon. And I wonder if he checks his idols, because if he checks his idols right when Red is around here, he might notice some of this. Blue is going to be looking at this like, easy game, easy life. I can't wait to win this game. This could be a massive surprise. Again, Boyar Halb. Woo! Crazy combination. I like the micro, though, from Red to back away to the hill. Get some meat in front. Still focusing on this at the same time. That's not easy. I'm not sure if Red killed the market, but he must have. So no more trade carts. So gold count we should look to now. Not the highest. Gold count's actually higher for Blue, but Blue doesn't have the farm count. Blue is actually almost out of food. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. I really don't understand. I guess if you don't attack these units, they don't attack back. Okay, it's not actually that difficult. So you just got to stop attacking them if you're Red. Kind of hard to do. Okay, you don't want to attack Blue here if you can avoid it. But they're looking at all of this, so it's tricky. It does actually do damage to Blue's economy. So it's not going to hurt to kill villagers, especially because some of the villagers still had gold. Blue's going to get pushed back here. He's trying to make progress, but he doesn't have enough follow-up. Red's actually holding here. Red has more army. And pretty soon he might have better army. Blue might have no army. Blue's at 45 army. And a lot of that army's forward, dying right now. Here come the Rams. Here come the Hustlers. Here come the Cav Archers. Is it possible for Red to do it from the side attack? Yeesh. What was I going to say? I was going to answer a question. Oh, Philster says T90, by the way, when's the wedding? Philster, we talked about it a bit earlier on stream. You probably missed it. We're not in any massive rush, so we don't have any date planned. Probably not for a few years. We'll see. Blue has not shown me that there's any reaction to this. Blue does not seem to notice this. Blue is thinking of onager cutting here. Blue is very much trying to defend the push in the front and keep the Trebs alive. Red is running through here with Hussars. And Blue now notices, and it's panic time for Blue. Blue's like, are you freaking kidding me? This is through Purple's base. Purple's been dead for ages. So house walls to affect the pathing, which is nice. There's actually not a lot of Rams here. Maybe I should say yet. I think Blue will survive this push. There's only 2 Rams. The Castle Fire does help to a certain degree. There's going to be Halbs as well. I mean, honestly, I would like to see Red just click the Hussars after the TC as well. I guess killing the villagers helps because there can't be repairs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Siege Rams can actually do it. There's not a lot left. Blue scrambling back right now. Can Red do this? If you're Blue, you need to repair this TC. And you need to repair fast. And you need to somehow take out those Rams. Can he do it? That Boyar's going after it. Lorhate clearly clicked the Boyar there. It's just 1 Ram. Oh, God. It's so close. He's going to survive. Not a doubt in the world for Blue. Not a doubt in the world. What a great attempt from Lorhate, though. I mean, that was super cool. I didn't think that had any chance of success. And maybe gives Blue time to switch it up on Red. I mean, I need to check the ecos again. 105 eco. Still very strong. Blue's at 22. I mean, it's going to take blue forever to establish a clean eco again. I mean, all the villagers are here, right? Like, that's pretty much it. Even more dye there on that wood line. We ended up deciding against getting married after being engaged for many years simply just because marriage is a scam. I wouldn't think that marriage is a scam. Like, maybe we shouldn't get into this too much, but like, you know, dedicating yourself to one person for life, you know, that's an important thing. I think like maybe the legal side of it has, I could see not having value, the legal side of it, and seeing some potential negatives there for sure. Again, we maybe won't get into it, but I kind of understand where you're coming from, certain aspects of it, but we will get married someday. And it will not be live streamed. People keep asking. It will not be live streamed. Oh, you mean scam as far as the expense? Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, again, scam's maybe not the word, dude, but like the pricing on things is crazy. You say anything, whether it's meals or cake or anything, you just attach wedding to it, and it's like 10 times the price. So we know red can afford to make army now. Blue is really in a spot where that's not feasible. Also, blue is trying to pass here, but yellow's chonkers are blocking that possibility. Dang. That is rather awkward for pathing, possibly, right? Because I think that trebuchet might try and roll around. So you got to take care of those big fat chonkers there, blue. And I don't think blue realizes that. I think blue just clicked the trebs over here. And blue is looking, right? This is now a desperation attempt for blue because this is bad. Marriage isn't a scam. The wedding industry is. Okay, yeah, that makes more. That statement makes more sense. I don't think there's anyone here or anyone who hears that who really disagree that the price is just outrageous for weddings. There's no way you could justify it, right? Except for, you know, something that's important to people, and people keep doing it, so it's just how it goes. Okay, red with an outpost here. Wow. I mean, had Vils here for a long time. Spotted this onager just a moment ago. Really love the vision from all these different angles. This is not easy. And, well, I mean, it was already walled up. You already have some castles at home. Red's slowly pushing blue's castle. I remember when it felt like a dream for red to possibly ever make that happen. But castle's down for blue because blue doesn't have the economy, and blue has to fight back the elephants. That's why we're keeping our wedding super small, 8 guests, and having some celebrations with broader friends and family. Cheaper for us, cheaper for guests. Yep, absolutely. I get that. I totally get that. I respect that a lot. Yeah, it's you know, like, this is a whole conversation that's actually getting me stressed out about the whole situation. Isn't that crazy? You just get stressed out about it because of all the things that could possibly go into it, and yeah. That's why, you know, I'm focusing a lot on content and these rams that are rolling into blue's base, and I think blue notices it. My fiance's getting her PhD. We don't want to have to stress about anything and look through all that stuff right now. So we're happy where we're at, and that's kind of where we're at on things. I mean, the Boyars are pathing a pretty long way away from this. But they're still going to be able to take out these rams. That's going to be a mill down, but there's not going to be any rams remaining by the time they make it there to the TC. But red's progressing, guys. I think red's going to take this game. No onager on a map where many people had to use onagers to cut through trees. And has been pretty resourceful with resources, relics, things of that nature. Gold, right? I said Lorhay is one of the stronger players in the community game. Blue as well. I mean, really showing some strength here. But Lorhay's good, man. This wasn't a Diplo game, but if these days, if Lorhay's ever in a Diplo game, people tend to gang up on him because he's so strong. But sudden death is really good for better individual players. But again, I will say, has to be... Like, it was just a joy to watch someone play as the Huns and move so freely around the map here. Like, really made it look easy. This is difficult stuff. And blue recognizes this is probably near the end. This doesn't look good for me. More rams rolling in. The Trebs aren't actually firing on the castle here. Maybe you still got something like a Cobra car up your sleeve. Blue wishes. He's got the color down. When I think Cobra car, I think of the color blue. I only have a bike. Aww. Aww. TC hasn't even been fully repaired. That'll go up to full HP in a sec, though. I'm not even seeing... If there's a bike, there's no wheels right now, blue. Red says, that might not suffice. Or, hey, I know you don't have a lot of gold, but can you bring... Oh, wait, he's got 2 Trebs. Okay, I was going to say, can you bring more than 1 Treb? It also looked like the Trebs weren't firing there for a second. But that's the end of Blue's Bowyars, right? I don't see Blue being able to afford more Bowyars. This castle could be down soon. This castle could be down soon. The Cav Archers have held. We've got more reinforcements coming in. Military count 74 right now for Red. Still love the Slavs army in post-imp, though. Still really strong. But, yeah, we just got to wait for these trebuchets to slowly finish off the castles. Blue might actually... Okay, maybe Blue's going to make a go. God, that would be so epic. He's rolling through, guys. He's making an onager, guys. So he knows he's going to die. But he needs to try one more time. Now, I'm guessing he maybe set his rally point for siege workshops in his base because he was using some from home. I don't know. Okay, now he notices. The wheels are on the wheelbarrow, he researched. True. Also, gotta love how the pathing keeps sending units into Gray's castle here. That must be so annoying. There's no opening there. The paladins are going to run in right past the castle that will soon go down. Blue's not going to have the time here. He's got to grind down some castles first, it seems. And at the 2-hour mark of this one, it was a pretty long game. Lots of action. The final player is both around 800 kills plus. Lorhe's going to get the job done. Made it look easy. And GG, well played. Crazy game. Man, I mean, we had some real highlights in this one, though. I know for some people, it's all about who wins. And I think ideally, in some people's minds, the winner is a little bit unpredictable. That's just how some people view it. I get it. I'm like that sometimes, too. While you might have been able to put money on, like, Lorhe or Blue, for example, like getting to the finish, we had some unpredictable moments in this game, right? And, like, Green was really Mr. Unpredictable, right? Green killing Purple, teaching Purple a valuable lesson was sick. But then Green just kept going, man. Green might have eventually killed Teal. So, yeah, that was a really fun time. But, yeah, vision on the sides is important. Oh, by the way, that was exactly 2 hours game time. Not every day you get to see that. Exactly 2 hours game time. Very satisfying finish there. And again, the KD there for you if you want to see how active the players were. Economy probably huge for Red. He had 6k trade profit, but 13k relic golds. I guess Blue didn't have many relics. There were many players who had relics that were killed, but that Lorhe had stolen from. But I think originally he had 4. And then, you know, just like any game, you really have to keep your eco count high. And he was around 100 eco, which is what you would have in a standard game with multiple TCs. But he just kind of kept that going. Good game. I hope people enjoyed some of the conversation throughout the game as well. That was really good. I was kind of interested in what Amazon Tunnel would look like. What I like for sudden death maps are maps where you do have to, where you have like an objective, which can bring you success, which is somewhere other than where you would cut. So you think hideout, where the wood's in the middle, you want to go to the outside for resources, then people can cut through the middle and get to TCs. For this map, the objective or the place to be would be the middle for extra golds and relics. And then you had the cuts on the sides. So purple's a good example of it. Focused on the middle, boom, gets hit in the side. We saw other examples of that too. So I think while Amazon Tunnel is mainly like a 4v4 team game map, or normally just has one entrance to the middle, the multiple entrances actually was pretty cool here.